Hello, I'm Askar Sherlief and you're watching the news from Kazakhstan. New details emerged in the investigation of the murder of journalist Sayat Shulimbayev. The Almaty Internal Affairs Department reacted to the press conference organized by the Stan TV video portal. Find out more from the next report.
Yesterday, the leadership of the Almaty Internal Affairs Department reacted to the press conference organized by Stan KZ on Friday. The head of the Investigative Administration, Baurjan Argimbayev, and the head of the Criminal Police Administration, Amangildiz Shiderkulov, met with the video portal's representatives. The officers confirmed that Askar Akhmetov and Arman Baytureyev, who visited the portal's office on January 18, are not employed by the Almaty IAD.
We still do not know the IAD's position on the search of these imposters, one of whom has a police officer's ID.
On Saturday, January 23rd, reporters and cameramen of the internet portal had to testify to the investigators of the Crimes Against Persons sections for 40 minutes at the Almaty Internal Affairs Department. Most of the questions concerned the professional activities of the late Sayat Shulimbayev.
The only thing that alerts me during the interrogation is that the investigator was persistently asking about the salary and whether Sayat received money before he was killed.
During our conversation, a young agent pointed at a big pile of folders with printouts of our phone conversations and said that they have a lot of work there. Sayat Shulimbayev was murdered presumably on the night of January 24, 2009 in the apartment he rented. The body of his landlord, Shuhrat Bakri, was also found on the site. Other details of the investigation are not being disclosed at the moment. On Monday, January 25, after 13 days of waiting, Stan office received an official written reply from the police on its request for the information on the investigation. The letter, signed by the deputy head of the Almaty Internal Affairs Department, Murat Umurkhanov, yet again denies the information access.
There are also some development concerning the situation with Kazatomprom case. The former top managers of the company began giving their testimonies in Astana Sararkhan district court. The ex-managers are brought to the location from secret addresses and taken inside through the back door. Meanwhile, lawyers are still not communicating with the families of defendants. Akan Baykanov, the attorney of Talgat Kostaubayev, the ex-bodyguard of Mukhtar Jakishev, said he doesn't avoid the defendant's family. According to him, it is more convenient to enter the courtroom from the back door rather than use the front access entrance. Lawyers are trying to avoid talks about the legal procedure, referring to advocacy secrecy. At the same time, the new attorney of Mukhtar Jakishev, Bulat Isatayev, doesn't believe in the illness of his colleague Nurlan Beysikeyev. The public defender says Beysikeyev is not in the hospital, but for some reason ignores the legal process. Additionally, Bulat Isatayev said he has already read the criminal case materials and there are only 3 volumes related to Mukhtar Jakishev as opposed to 28 previously reported by attorney Beysikeyev.
Yes, I have read the case materials. There are 8 volumes in total, not 28, as Jakishev's spouse says. And there are exactly 3 volumes related to Mukhtar Jakishev. This is an average amount of work. I wouldn't say it is a lot. If there are only 3 volumes related to Jakishev, I have a question about the rest 5. Are there about Talgat Kostaubayev, who stole the property of Kazatomprom?
New, often mutually excluding details emerged in the case of the Ilyushin 76 crew detained in Thailand. Now it cannot be ruled out that the arms smuggler was a company registered in Kazakhstan. During the Monday's briefing in the Foreign Affairs Ministry, the officials discussed whether to trust the investigation done by the Western information agencies.
No confirmation or denial. Such is the reaction of diplomats to questions about contras linked to 40 tons of ammunition on board of Ilyushin 76. More and more states are found to be involved in the scandal. Russian analysts say it has to do with the trouble on Caucasus. ST Express newspaper found out that the weapon smuggler used Estonian banks. The Associated Press says that the company responsible is located in Shymkent.
What needs to be denied? Were there any talks about the government? Only citizens of Kazakhstan are mentioned. They are free in their employment choice and can go abroad. The government cannot monitor everyone. We still study the situation.
European Security Agency inspector says the composure of diplomats is explained by secrecy. According to him, the crew will be freed after the completion of prosecutors' investigations. If people did not know about the cargo and were pawns in the widespread operation of intelligence services, there is no logic in keeping them longer than the law requires.
If they will need it, the case will be solved and vice versa. Later, the development will continue and retraced. If there are any serious arms dealers involved, they will find new ways to sell their weapons.
So far it is known that diplomats took a time out. Their efforts were not crowned with a success. The Kazakh crew on the plane with 40 tons of weapons and ammunition on board will not be released on bail.
Nursultan Nazarbayev asked the government and financial regulators to set specific level of interest rates on credits in second-tier banks. The head of state is concerned with elevated profits of financial institutes. The president's statement already drew a wide response. Neither analysts nor bank borrowers are glad about the innovations.
President Nazarbayev asked the officials to tighten the control over interest rates and set a certain bank margin level in second-tier banks, which have high interest rates on credits. According to Aytolkun Kurmanova, the president's initiative is impracticable due to high refinancing rate and inflation level.
No one can loan $1 million at 1% interest rate. It is impossible in Kazakhstan. Maybe in the US or Europe, but not here. There is not much money here and it is too expensive.
The chairman of Arman Mortgage Committee, Ermek Narımbayev, says that a fixed interest rate will only aggravate the situation. While chasing the profit, banks will increase rates only after obtaining credits. In the past, Narımbayev already accused banks of using double rates while giving credits. Every month people overpaid illegal rates. It would have really helped many Kazakh loaners if the overpaid amount was subtracted from their debts. Magbet Spanov says that the tight control will not help the situation as bankers simply like to make money. Similar restrictions will make banks consider ghost economy. This kind of restriction is possible, but for a short-term period. It cannot work for a long time. Financial sector will find ways to get around this option. So far, bank interest rates on credits differ. The natural competition gives freedom of choice for our clients. Analysts have no predictions on how banks will attract loaners after the margin will be fixed.